mist embraces hills before the waking light arrives. It wraps the fields in quiet white, like borrowed dreams before sunrise. No hurried voice can make it stay, no open hand can hold it near. Yet every meadow wears its grace, as if it had been waiting here. I used to fear that fleeting things can never truly change my heart, but even moments passing by can leave a light that doesn't part. The morning mist never stays long, still it teaches where I belong. Every fading veil leaves another trail. I don't need to keep every beauty that I meet. Maybe love is simply this, being grateful while it's here. The spider's web collects the dawn with tiny diamonds made of dew. Each fragile thread begins to shine without pretending to be new. The distant hills emerge again as sunlight slowly clears the air. Nothing mourns the mist goodbye, it knows that beauty lingers there. Maybe I was never meant to measure life by what remains, because the softest gifts of all often arrive without a name. Maybe every goodbye whisper has carried seeds beneath the wind, waiting for another season to quietly begin again. Maybe every fragile hour was never asking me to stay, it only wished to gently show how precious ordinary days can be. And maybe joy is not forever, maybe that's what makes it true. Like morning mist that disappears, yet leaves the whole world shining new. Now the sunrise feels much warmer, not because the mist has vanished, but because it helped me notice what was always waiting there. Every golden ray finds another way. I don't need to hold everything that's beautiful. Maybe I was always learning that the heart can bloom without possessing. The morning mist never fears leaving, it knows the sky will gently lift it. Every quiet farewell has another tale to tell. And if tomorrow comes without it, I'll still welcome the breaking day, because even things that softly vanish never truly fade away. So I'll keep watching, not for forever, but for the little miracles that visit without promise, touch the soul without a sound, and leave it kinder than they found it. The old oak stands upon the hill where morning greets the open plain. Its branches reach through changing skies, its roots remember every rain. The years have carved its weathered bark like poems written slow by time. Each ring beneath the quiet wood keeps every autumn, every spring alive. I used to think that growing strong meant never showing where I'd scarred, but every tree I've come to love has worn the marks that shaped its heart. The old oak counts the seasons gently, never asking life for certainty. Every fallen leaf still becomes belief. I don't need to hide every storm I've lived inside. Maybe strength is simply this, standing here again. Robins build another nest among the branches reaching wide. They trust the arms that once were bent by winds they never had to fight. The squirrels race from limb to limb without a thought of yesterday. The oak just holds the living world and lets it find its little way. Maybe I was never meant to bloom without the winter snow, because the deepest roots are grown in places no one else will know. Maybe every broken branch was making room for newer skies, not taking something good away, but teaching older dreams to rise. Maybe every lonely year was quietly becoming wood, layer by layer, ring by ring, turning fragile into good. And maybe time is not a thief, but a patient gardener at work, pruning fear, watering hope, until the smallest seed can flourish first. Now the hillside feels much quieter, every breeze a familiar visitor. Every golden dawn finds the old oak strong. I don't need to fear another changing year. Maybe I was always growing, even when I thought nothing had begun. The old oak never chases springtime, it welcomes every passing season. Every winter wind, every summer hymn becomes another part of home. And if tomorrow brings a harder storm, I'll remember what the roots have known. The tallest trees are not the ones that never face the wind, but the ones that learn to greet it season after season. A paper boat upon the stream sets sail beneath the silver dawn. It knows the water may be deep, yet chooses still to journey on. The morning current hums a tune that only patient hearts can hear. Each gentle ripple greets its boat, as if to whisper nothing to fear. I used to think that fragile things could never travel very far, but even folded sheets can dream when carried by a faithful heart. The paper boat trusts the stream, following the quiet dream. Every winding flow finds somewhere to go. I don't need to fight every current in my life. Maybe courage starts the day I choose to float instead of fear. The willow brushes passing waves like hands that offer soft goodbyes. Dragonflies drift overhead, tiny blue sparks across the sky. The river bends around the stones without demanding lesson flowing through. Maybe I was never meant to know each turn before it came, because the river writes its story, one gentle moment at a time. Maybe every unexpected bend was not a place where hope would end, but an invitation to discover views I never could have planned. Maybe every trembling edge didn't mean I would break apart. It simply proved that tenderness can also be a kind of strength. And maybe trust is like the water, never forcing where it goes, patient enough to shape a canyon simply by continuing to flow. Now the river feels like quiet friendship, welcoming each little journey. Every drifting wave teaches me to change. I don't need to know where tomorrow's waters go. Maybe I was always meant to unfold my heart into the current. The paper boat never asked for certainty, it simply grates each morning gladly. Every passing shore, every open door becomes another piece of home. If tomorrow brings rough water, I'll remember what the stream has shown. The strongest journeys are not always made by those who never bend, but by those who keep believing. The current can still carry them toward the sea. A paper lantern greets the dusk, its amber glow begins to bloom. The evening gathers all around, yet never steals away its room. It sways beneath a quiet breeze, like whispered hopes too soft to hear. A little light, a gentle flame, enough to make the pathway clear. I used to think that shining meant becoming brighter than the sun, but every lantern I've admired has warmed the dark for only one. The paper lantern knows the way, not by turning night to day. Every little spark comforts through the dark. I don't need to be everything the world should see. Maybe all a heart can do is softly shine what's true. The cobblestones reflect its light like tiny stars beneath my feet. Each quiet step becomes a song where hope and silence gently meet. The distant hills dissolve in blue, the crickets sing their evening hymn. The world feels larger than before, yet somehow I feel safe within. Maybe I was never meant to light the whole horizon's end, because a single faithful flame can still become somebody's friend. Maybe every dark road was only way Every trembling flame is beautiful because it bends, protecting what is soft inside instead of fighting every wind. And maybe kindness is a lantern passed from one warm hand to two, never growing any smaller every time it's given through. Now the evening feels much gentler, every shadow holding quiet meaning, every glowing light makes the darkness kind. I don't need to know everything beyond the road. Maybe I was always meant to take one step with an open heart. The paper lantern never hurries, it simply glows through every season. Every peaceful flame always stays the same, though the night around it changes. And if tomorrow brings a longer darkness, I'll carry this small light once more, because hope has never needed to outshine the stars. Only to remind one wandering soul that even the longest night can be crossed one gentle light at a time. At a time. The compass rests inside my hand, a circle small enough to hide. Yet every time the world would turn, it found a place I couldn't guide. The forest changed, the rivers curved, the mountains wore another face. But something quiet at its heart refused to wander out of place. I used to think that losing roads meant I was drifting far from home, but every step the needle made was teaching me I'm not alone. The compass always finds the north, though every path keeps leading forth. Every turning sky never asks me why. I don't need to know every place I'm meant to go. Maybe all I really need is something true inside of me. The stars appear without a sound, like old friends scattered through the night. They never argue with the dark, they simply offer quiet light. The valleys echo distant winds, the hills erase familiar views. Yet every sunrise gently proves there's more than one way to be true. Maybe I was never meant to walk a road already drawn, because the soul discovers home by following its quiet dawn. Maybe every wrong direction was only widening my sight, showing me that every detour still can lead me toward the light. Maybe every fear of failing was just the fog before the day, not a wall to stop my journey, but a cloud that drifted away. And maybe purpose isn't waiting at the ending of the trail. Maybe it's the steady heartbeat that refuses not to sail. Now the horizon feels much kinder, I can no longer ask for certainty. Every winding road carries its own hope. others rarely shout. So I'll keep walking, not because I know the future, but because my heart still remembers which way is home. The autumn sky grows wide and still as silver wings begin to rise. 1,000 cranes leave quiet shores to follow roads beyond our eyes. They do not fear the distant clouds or count the mountains left behind. The wind becomes a faithful friend to every heart that trusts the sky. I used to think the saying goodbye meant something beautiful had gone, but every season gently whispers some journeys only carry on. The cranes always find the spring carried by unseen winds. They sing every open sky teaches how to fly. I don't need to know every place I'm meant to go. Maybe hope is simply this, trusting wings I've never seen. The river shine beneath the dawn, like ribbons leading ever north. The forests wave their quiet leaves as if they know what travel's worth. No single bird can cross alone, yet none of them compete for air. Together they become the wind by sharing every mile they bear. Maybe I was never meant to carry every dream alone, because the longest flights are made with hearts that learn a journey home. Maybe every changing season is not the ending that it seems. Winter teaches patient roots, while spring awakens sleeping dreams. Maybe every empty branch is only waiting for a song. The silences and loneliness is where tomorrow grows along. Maybe home is not a place that's waiting where we first began. Maybe home is slowly growing inside the person that we are. Now the morning sky feels brighter, every distant wing a quiet promise. Every changing breeze moves the tallest trees. I don't need to fear roads that disappear. Maybe I was always meant to find new skies without losing myself. The cranes never hurry the seasons, they simply trust the turning heavens. Every faithful flight greets another light. And if tomorrow calls me farther than I've ever flown before, I'll remember every migration began with one brave wing beat into an unknown wind. So I'll keep flying, not because I know the destination, but because the sky has always welcomed those who dare to keep moving with the seasons. evening settles through the woods, as daylight softly fades away, the branches cradle quiet winds, where golden echoes choose to stay. Then one small spark begins to glow, another answers from afar, until the forest breathes with light, like falling pieces of the stars. I used to think that changing hearts required a sun too bright to miss, but even tiny lights can lead when all the world is shadowed like this. The fireflies never fear the night, they carry little seeds of light. Every gentle flame whispers hope by name. I don't need to shine like the morning every time. Maybe all the world needs now is one small light that stays. The river mirrors tiny sparks like constellations drifting low. The reeds sway softly in the breeze, keeping rhythms only dreamers know. No firefly compares its glow or wishes for another's place. Together they become the night with quiet beauty, quiet grace. Maybe I was never meant to brighten every lonely sky, because one honest light is enough to help another soul walk by. Maybe every trembling flame is beautiful because it's small, not reaching for forever's crown, just answering the evening's call. Maybe hope is born this way, one heart awakening another, like lanterns gently passed along from stranger into stranger. And maybe darkness isn't empty, it's simply waiting to reveal how even fragile fleeting light can make the hidden world feel real. Now the forest hums with quiet wonder, every little light becoming family. Every glowing wing makes the silence sing. I don't need to be everything the world should see. Maybe I was always meant to brighten just the path beneath my feet. Chase the sunrise, they treasure every gentle evening. Every tiny spark, every faithful heart belongs within the endless dark. And if tomorrow brings a longer night, I'll carry my small light once more, because hope has never asked to be the brightest in the sky, only brave enough to keep glowing when someone else needs it most. Forest trail beneath my feet has worn the shape of countless years. It doesn't ask who walks today or where they're carrying their fears. The pines are whispering overhead as morning filters through the green. The smallest ray of golden light finds places no one's ever seen. I used to think that every path had someone waiting at the end, Every step I've slowly taken has become a quiet friend. The forest trail never hurries, still it leads through changing stories. Every careful stride leaves the past behind. I don't need to race towards some far forgotten place. Maybe every step I take is already enough. The moss has softened ancient stones that once were sharp beneath the rain. Time never fought against their edges, it simply loved them into change. The ferns lean gently with the breeze, without a single need to know how many seasons they will see. They only choose to keep on growing. Maybe I was never meant to see the ending from the start, because the longest roads reveal the quiet language of the heart. Maybe every winding turn was never there to make me stray. It simply offered different skies. I never would have found one way. Maybe every fallen branch was not a barrier in disguise, but just a gentle reminder to lift my head and use my eyes. And maybe wisdom grows like forests, patient underneath the leaves, not in moments loud with triumph, but in ordinary peace. Now the forest feels like cold compassion, welcome in each step without condition. Every patch of light warms the shade at night. I don't need to know how much farther I should go. Maybe I was always home whenever I walked with an open heart. The forest trail never promises that every climb will soon be easy. Still it quietly reminds me that beauty often waits beyond the bend I cannot see. And if tomorrow brings another pathway hidden underneath the morning mist, I'll greet it like an old companion, not asking where it ends, only grateful that it exists. So I'll keep walking, not to arrive, but to notice the birds that sing before sunrise, the leaves that dance without applause, the wind that never asked for thanks, and the quiet path that has been teaching me all along. Sometimes the journey itself is the destination. The garden wakes before the dawn, with quiet colors yet unseen. Each flower holds a different time to paint the earth with shades of spring. The roses never ask the pines why they stay green through every year. The daisies greet the morning sun without comparing why they're here. I used to think that growing meant arriving first beneath the light, but every seed beneath the soil has its own morning to arise. The garden blooms in different seasons, its own way. The ivy climbs the weathered stone without demanding open skies. The lavender bends in the breeze, yet fills the air with gentle life. Some petals fall before the rain, some wait until the summer breeze. Yet none of them have ever feared becoming who they're meant to be. Maybe I was never meant to measure worth by blooming first, because the sweetest fields I've known were patient through the longest thirst. Maybe every waiting day was quietly growing hidden roots, preparing branches strong enough to carry dreams into the blue. Maybe every silent season was never empty after all. The deepest changes often happen where no one sees them grow at all. And maybe hope is like a garden, it asks for care instead of haste. A little sunlight, little rain, and time enough for grace. Now the garden feels like gentle wisdom, every blossom telling its own story, every shade of green holds a different dream. I don't need a hurry, I don't need a bloom today. Maybe I was always growing, even when I couldn't see the roots beneath me. The garden never envies springtime, it welcomes every changing season. Every falling leaf, every newborn bloom belongs beneath the same white sky. And if tomorrow finds me waiting, I'll trust the hands of quiet time, because even the smallest seed already carries the shape of the flower it will one day become. The kite awoke beneath the dawn with paper wings and fragile thread. It waited for the restless breeze instead of fearing it. Instead, the open field was wide and still. The clouds were drifting slow and free. No voice could promise where it flew, only where it longed to be. I used to think the strongest winds were only there to pull me down, but every kite I've ever watched rose higher when they came around. The kite thanks the wind for lifting, even when the sky is shifting. Every sudden breeze carries quiet peace. I don't need to fear every change that brought me here. Maybe every storm I face is teaching me to rise. The string below remains unseen, yet keeps the wandering heart secure. Some things that hold us close to earth are also what help us endure. The children laugh beneath the blue, their voices dancing through the air. They never ask the wind to stop, they simply trust that it is there. Maybe I was never meant to fly without a little strain, because the brightest afternoons still borrow clouds before they're clear. Maybe every pull I felt was not the world refusing me, but something gently Now the sky feels full of quiet promise. Every breeze becoming part of my story. Every changing wind welcomes me again. I don't need to know how high tomorrow's skies will go. Maybe I was always meant to dance with what I couldn't control. The kite never argues with the weather. It simply opens both its wings a little